तो ब्लैक सिंगर
No. आएगा 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 आने वाला आएगा आएगा. Okay, it's a Valentine's week and tomorrow is Valentine's Day and oops, I said it. But मैं जिससे बात कर रही थी मैं उसको बिल्कुल कह रही थी कि I do not believe in love and although मतलब it was going on a very nice direction but हम आपके सामने वो बात कर नहीं सकते. But yes, it's the week and the month of love and tomorrow is Valentine's Day, so love is in the air. And yes, I have somebody very special because I have love for Poland and I'm completely in love with Poland. And I have from Poland a Polish hunk, Artur.
Hi,
Hi.
good very evening.
Dzień dobry.
Dzień dobry, actually, dobry wieczór.
Dziękuję. So good to, I've been missing Poland for 2 years, and it is so nice to have you on the oops because
Lovely to
a
be
little
here.
Polish over here. So, how do you feel being on the oops and being the Polish member out here?
Uh, being the Polish member here in India, lovely being in right now with you on Oops Petrified.
Wow! Why do you say that? People say they enjoy oops, so you shouldn't be petrified. You should just be yourself. If you're yourself, you won't be petrified.
Perfect. Yeah.
Arthur, tell me about your life in Poland. Where are you born, and how was Poland to you when you were growing, and your memories from Poland?
So I'm coming from south of Poland, from a state which is called Silesia. The capital of Silesia is the city Katowice, 70 kilometers above, 30 kilometers above Katowice is my city called Bytom, Bytom. And I was growing up with my family. My younger sister, I have one sister, she is younger to me 5 years. And I have still two grandmas. Thank God they are still with us. So I was the first baby of my parents, being slightly spoiled by my both grandmas. So in that way, the life was always a little easier. And till the moment of before coming here for a scholarship, all the time I was in Bytom with my family. I was not a student traveling to other neighboring cities for studies. So Bytom was for good 22 years the center of my life. And one very good thing about Bytom is that it has been, I don't think that it's still, it was a very good art center. It was a very cultured city. We had amazing group of contemporary art, contemporary dance. Then Polish national. Yeah, sometimes I need to translate all those names from Polish to English to understand. PWST. To będzie, it will be something like NSD, the National
Okay.
School of Drama. So the National School of Drama of Poland had the one center in my city as well.
Wow.
So, for example, my very dear friend Eva Wardzała, who is an amazing Bharatanatyam dancer as well as yoga instructor, she had the classes there in that institute. And as I said, Bytom was always pretty good going in all the dancing, art, performances, festivals. When I was in high school, I did two musicals with my friends from high school. One was West Side Story, second was Grease. So art, dancing, performing was always a part of my life. Before Kathak, I was joining the ballroom dance classes in Bytom. For a good 7 years, I was doing samba, rumba, cha-cha, waltz, tango, quick step. And it was pretty in my body, like when you are practicing dance, any type of a movement for quite some time, it stays with you. So my first and second year in Kathak Kendra, when I started like daily practice later on, and Guruji was always after me, stop doing this samba movement during Tatkar. So yes, it was pretty challenging to make my, as Shakira used to say, hips don't lie, and yeah, it was difficult. Oh, Siddhi, hello, hello, lovely to see you
Long to
too.
see
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
Yeah. As I was telling you, Bitom has a very special place in my heart. Already, I feel that I have a soul which is absolutely in love with Poland. And Bitom, I went in 2003 through ICCR for 10 days workshop. It's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful place. I think you live in one of the most beautiful places, and you're born in one of the most beautiful place in this world. So it's amazing. It's amazing, Atu. Salsa and rumba and all those dances, I
Yeah,
can take classes from you. That means.
of
Oh,
course.
yes.
Yes,
Oops,
we
that's always
can.
something good. Oops, always
Yeah.
does something good. So, yes, because I'm always ready for every kind of adventure, and I don't live in a box. So, next thing is that you'll see me doing Tatkar in a salsa style. So, not a problem. But
See,
yes,
there was even a small idea because like having that background of a ballroom dance, I was doing this first dance choreographies for the weddings for a main couple for newlyweds, and there was even an idea that there were so many shadis happening in Delhi, especially that period of time, November to
yes.
end of March. Why would I not do something like that? But who in India has enough patience to learn waltz or tango, like where everybody wants to take dholak and
No,
I,
no, no,
I
no. I'm game for it. I'm game
okay,
for it.
fine, sure.
So once in a week, the class is scheduled, and Guruji Namaskar. So, what did your parents plan for you? Did they ever think that you would be diving towards India? And India and Poland are very different as per environment, but somewhere I find the values to be very same. The family values to be very same, and the
Hmm.
emotional connect is very same. So
Mhm.
what your parents call when you said that, oh, you want to learn Kathak and you want to come to India? So what was happening to them?
It was not easy. It was not easy. Of course, they were always supportive. They are still very supportive. But mm, my father asked only one thing, like, why would you not go to London? Because he heard, of course, when I just only came with the idea of Kathak, my father is very good with Google. So he did his research for first the closest center which does a decent Kathak classes in Europe. He came across the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan in London. And my father was like, why would you not go there? It's just 1.5 hour flight. You've been there already because we have some friends who are staying there. You can stay with them. So already we are reducing the costs. And I was like, Papa, but in that institute, there will be a student of a guru who sits in India, in Delhi. So if I have an option, of course it will be more expensive. It's farther away from you. But if you are okay with it and we can somehow manage the money around it, and I would prefer to go there. So my father said, okay, if this is your choice, if this is what you want to do, but prove me that this is not your teenagerly thingy and earn for the ticket. Earn for the ticket, earn for a visa, rest I will cover. And I was really so on with all this India plan, and I did not have much of an option. Uh, for 3 months, I was bartender. So I was making the drinks for all the customers in the nightclub. And for 3 months, I was a parking boy. I was sitting at my uncle's parking booth and cutting the tickets just to earn the money for a trip to India. I came with that money to my father, and I was like, now let's get it. So, and it was never, see, it was not about that my father could not afford it. Like my father is pretty wealthy and he can easily, but it was just a lesson in some way for me, because receiving something, it's easy because you don't need to think about it, you don't need to earn it in some way. It will be still better. uh, but I'm very happy that he gave me that lesson, because later on I knew the value of one each single rupee which I had in my hand, what to do with it.
This is
Okay,
amazing, amazing,
like
amazing. I think.
sometimes if during my monologues I'll be like going very away from the main topics, do stop me in between.
No, no, no. This is your platform, Artur, and uh, to know that you work so hard. People get things so easily. They take it for granted. To work as a bartender, to work as at a parking lot, and there's value of labor in your country, and
Mm,
that's the most beautiful thing. And the hard work that you did to buy your tickets to India, that is really an emotional. This is why Oops is all about, because we know Arthur, oh, Polish, he's living there and he's dancing well. This, but people don't know what has gone behind making
mm.
the person that you are, making the artist that who you are today. So there's a lot, and that's why please don't. I'm not going to stop you at all because I want to listen it all, and it's really inspiring for me. You did that at what age?
So I came for a scholarship. Like finally, I came for a scholarship. It was 2012, in the age of 22. So 10 years back. I'm now 32. But first time I came to India in 2008. So 2007, 2008. That's the moment when I was working my three letters off to get that cash. And see, of course, even till now. I do understand. I just simply don't understand sometimes this idea, गोरा चेहरा तो शायद ज्यादा पैसा है ना, euro या dollar या not everybody is privileged, or not everybody, you know, in the beginning, from the start, has that money. So even sometimes, like, I never stop here on the street. I'm never saying no to anybody who will approach me and put the hand. Of course I will support, but that idea that I do have a white face that immediately I should put on the plate, it sometimes scares me. What attracted me to Kathak?
Yes,
It's a
that's coming
Gita
from
high
Sangeeta Das Banerjee, and she's my magician. She's my photographer. She's not mine. She's like Delhi's best photographer, and she's there. And my soulmate also. We were talking about love, so she's my soulmate.
Oh,
Oh
lovely.
yeah, I told you I like women, but I'm not a lesbian. What attracted you to Kathak? So she puts the question which I had in mind, that why Kathak?
Hmm. See, it was early 2007 when dear friend of mine, Hannah from Poland, she came to me with idea to switch, like swap the skills, because I was a ballroom dancer before. Uh, she invited me for her rehearsals. That time she had small group of Bollywood dance. The few girls were dancing Bollywood. So she invited me for the rehearsal with the idea that I will give them some few steps of ballroom dance, and in exchange, she will give me a few steps of classical dance, Kathak. I was like, okay, fine, but what is Kathak? And that time she sent me a few videos, One was Anuj Mishra from Lucknow. Second was, of course, Birju Maharaji. So I was like, oh my God, like, wait, makeup and some strange bells on the line on their ankles. Like, what is all that about? You know? And I was like, okay, so let's give it a try. You know, like I've been through ballroom, I've been through salsa. Like, why should I not try something from India, especially that I heard about India so much from my godfather? So I was like, okay. I went for the rehearsal, gave them a few steps of samba and cha-cha, and she gave me a basic ta te te tat, te te tat, footwork and Urdhva Hasta Chakra. And that's all what I got. All what I got. Brief idea about Tintal Sula Matra. Uh, and this is how it starts. Like I got this 25 gungurus that time. I got 25 gungurus and ankle. And she was like, just do it. Try, for a week or two. We'll have a next rehearsal in a week time. If you want more, let's go for it. And see, there is some magic. I was always so crazy about the rhythm. This how you can use the rhythm, play with the rhythm. And Kathak, the Indian classical art form, not only Kathak, but all the Indian dance, classical dances, are just perfect for it. The idea of the usage of the bowl through jati and then the shape of the composition through the yati is just amazing. And for me, from the first moment when I learned the basic ta te te, that I knew that this is this. And it was going to such a ridiculous level in the flat of my parents that I was locking myself in the bathroom because that's only one single place in my parents' flat which has tiles. Otherwise, are carpets. And dancing on a carpet, like I'm not Umrao Jan, and I cannot do that. But just the bathroom was a place where were tiles. And thank God my parents are having pretty good sized bathrooms, so there was not an issue with the spins. But later on, I heard from Maharaji's daughter, from Mamta Didi, that, like going to bathroom with gungurus. And this is something what I learned when I came to India. Of course, I did not have a clue. I was trying to do my best. I was just locking myself in this bathroom. Like my parents were like, can I go? I was like, guys, I'm almost there. So yeah, it took a few months for me to get really involved. And later on, as I said, I decided to go for more. 2008, it was the first time when I met Mamta Didi and Maharaji personally in Delhi. And I started the classes. I do remember the moment of entering Maharaji's house, and he was sitting on his bed, looking at me like, "Who are you?" Like, Maharaji, I came for classes. I'm from Poland. Oh, lovely.
So lovely. And we have Sanjukta Sinha. Mwah, Sanjukta. Good
Hi, good
evening,
evening.
Arundhati, and best wishes. Yes. Sanjukta, looking forward to you. Sangeeta says, wow, how beautiful. The opposite happened with me because she learned the Western style of dancing. So, she needed those carpets, and I think so that's what she's talking about. You came to Delhi in 2008, and
Yes.
your first teacher is Mamta Didi.
Yes, I started classes with Mamta Didi. Whenever Maharaji was free in Shah Jahan, I was coming for classes with Maharaji as well. But he was a very busy person.
Oh.
Uh, Up and down workshops, performances, lecture demonstrations. Mamta Didi, of course, busy as well with the classes and performances, but she had a little more time for me. And I'm very grateful always for it. Um, like, I don't think that I could have a better basics and better idea and the core of all this, what I know right now, than from Mamta Didi. Her ang is just crazily good. Whenever I see her during her performances, even those small videos sometimes which she's posting on Facebook, I'm always dropping her message, calling that, oh my God, Mamta Ji, amazing. And she's like, oh, bas, छोड़ दो. Yeah,
But
lovely.
what I came to know from you that you came through ICCR, the Indian Council for Cultural Relations.
Yes,
So
later on, yes,
yeah,
later on it was through ICCR. So till 2012, year after year, for at least good 2 3 months, I was coming on my own. 2012, it was the year when I was invited through ICCR for the scholarship uh, to Kathak initially, but of course, political play here was a big part as well in the beginning, because some institutions, some directors of few institutions are just trying to be more influential and get more students. So when you are applying for scholarship, you're supposed to put the name of the institute, like that. I think three lines, like first the major one where you want to join, and then those, like, if not there, then where. So mm, like I did not get Kathak Kendra, and as I was planning, I got some other institute. At the end, when I dropped the call to ICCR directly to ask, what the hell, like, why not go to Kendra? What, we did not even approach them. I was like, okay, interesting. So then I was slightly getting an idea what and how will the scholarship go. It was not easy. Seriously, it was continuously a fight. But like, I cannot say that I'm not grateful. I am grateful because, of course, if not them, I would not have an opportunity to be here for 5 years.
but how was this transition like, coming from Poland, which is again, and you landed up in Delhi, which is a very hot, hot, hot city, and Poland
Hmm.
is cold with ice and -20 and sometimes -30 maybe, and it's all heated around, and you landing up in Delhi, which doesn't even have heaters, internal heaters, or and then you have to go in public buses. So how was this transition from Poland, which is so systematically, and they have beautiful squares? I'm missing Poland, Artur. I'm missing it so much. Next birth, you take birth here. Next birth, I'll take birth in
Huh.
Poland.
Going in.
Uh,
By the way,
yeah,
I'm going to Poland probably the last week of May. If you are planning to go there as well in that time, we need to catch up.
we shall. Please, there's nothing happening, and we are just
Completely.
talk
Happy
about
Valentine's, everybody.
Valentine's. Huh?
Happy
Come
Valentine's,
again?
everybody.
Come again? What did you say?
I said completely nothing's happening. Happy Valentine's, everyone.
Yeah, happy Valentine's, everyone. No, no, I definitely plan to go to Poland this year, but not in May. But yes, I would like to know that what was how do you deal with the Delhi summers? That's again Sangeeta puts in, and Raghav has sent you a lot of love. Yeah, I can see the AC now, but 10 years back, I'm sure you didn't
Hmm.
have the aircon in your room. And
True.
I would like to get to that backstory when you landed up in this scorching heat of this of our country, which is so colorful. And I would like to know about the colors that you experienced out here.
See, so having the, like, if we are starting the topic about a transition, like starting my regular daily life here in India during a scholarship, we shall still come back a little bit to the moment when I came here for the first time, 2008, and then 9, 10, and 11, because I was, of course, here during the summertime. In the meantime, in Poland, I was studying in a medical university, so I was finishing my semesters by to beginning of June. So mid June, end of June, I was traveling to Delhi. Just imagine the temperature here. And that was a time, of course, like as I said before, my parents were buying me a ticket, visa for the first time. Later, of course, like they were more supportive money wise. But of course, that time I did not have much cash, so I could not afford Oberoi. Even now, I cannot afford Oberoi. but but that time I was staying as a typical backpacker, Paharganj main bazaar. Perfect. Lovely rooms for 300 rupees. as far as you do have your own harpic and you can manage the bathroom. Seriously crazy. Um, but of course, that room, no AC, panka, crazily hot, especially that area, building next to building, no hava, nothing. Then so that was happening till the scholarship. When I landed here for a scholarship, uh, summers and winters, horrible, literally horrible, because my first place where I was staying in Delhi was made of the motorbike garage. It had only one window where there was only net for the matchur, and there was even no proper glass fixed in the frame. So of course during the summer days it was nice because some air was entering. But during the winter, my landlord was not very, bothering what's happening as far as the money is flowing. So I did not have a glass in that wooden frame, yeah, during the winter. And I do remember that 2012 winter was pretty chilly. So I was sleeping under the three blankets with the gloves, scarves, hat, and just praying God to God that I would wake up in the morning. And there was no heater. What would be even a point of keeping a heater if there is no shisha? And so yeah, it was tough. But then year
Yes.
after year, I was trying to upgrade. Finally, I saved a bit of money. I found a guy who fixed the glass in the window. But see, like I cannot complain because everything gives you some type of experience. Never mind if bad or positive, it's still an experience. It's still a lesson. So, oh yeah.
That's lovely, and happy Valentine to you both too. Thank you, and happy Valentine to you, Sangeeta and Ashish. I'm sure you're going to have a good time tomorrow. And yeah, actually, it's very nice when I do oops and when I listen to all the artists and all those people who watch our show, because people take life for granted, or whatever good they have in their life for granted. And with all the struggles that you do,
Hmm.
you come to know that it's very, very difficult to rise up and take life ahead. And you should not take things for granted in life. Whatever good you have, you should be thankful to God for that. And amazing. Arthur, this is something amazing. I've met you like during the shows, hi, bye, and that's
Hmm.
it. And I used to say, okay, चीकू भैया के क्लास में है, अच्छा नाश्ता अच्छा है. बट इसके पीछे की जो कहानी है, वो मुझे आज पता चल रही है.
Hmm.
And hats off. Nice. Sangeeta, although she's talking about her master, though he fell in love with India so much that he got married to an Indian who happened to be one of our jazz teacher. Wow, that's lovely, so romantic. I'm ready to go away. That is so romantic, amazing. But tell me, you have learned from Mamta Didi and
Hmm.
Maharaji, and then I saw you with Chiku Bhaiya.
Yes. So at the
So,
ICCR, finally, when I got Kathak Kendra, and that cost me a bit of energy to fight for it. So when I joined Kathak Kendra, oh, let's even start the story. One very quick, short story. Of course, the ICCR told me that yes, you got the scholarship, but everything right now depends on Kendra because there is an interview. So ICCR made it very clear: go for the interview, and it depends. If they will say yes, you can stay. If they will say no, then we will get you a ticket and you are coming back to Poland. It's like, okay, fair, pretty fair deal, like why not? It's the National Institute of Kathak Dance, so uh, they are selecting best students. Fine, let's go for it. I reached the interview, and just imagine me, like how much of like really Kathak to approach Kathak Kendra for the honors course, like how much I had in me that time. कुछ तो है ना, a little tukra, little tihaya, some idea. And I do remember that was a time when Prerna Shrimali ji, Rajendra Gangani ji, Krishan Mohan ji, and of course Jai Kishan ji, to whom I was there for the classes, because of course I decided that Maharaj ji, Mamta Didi, so then of course I supposed to go with the eldest son. At least I'm staying still in the area of Shah Jahan. So, so I'm standing in front of all of them. Some white fellow from Poland. Of course, they are, oh, no, nice, tall. The kurta looks good on you. The gunguru, oh, very cute, sweet. And then they started all those questions. I was like, oh my goodness. This is the first time when I had the live musicians next to me. First time. Tabla, sarangi. I did not know even what to do with them. Because most of the time when I was learning and performing in Poland, everything was happening on the recordings. Or there were the recordings from Maharaji's Chandakavya, or it was some music where I got from the internet. And now it's happening, it's real, and this how it will look for the next 5 years, and all this moment of excitement. And I was like, oh my goodness, like when I heard that the tabla player did first, boom, I was like, oh, jeez, okay, it will be fun. So I did. I completed all the interview, and that time the director of Kathak Kendra asked me, do you have any idea whose classes would you like to join in Kathak Kendra? I was like, yes, of course. Like, I came here for a classes with Jai Kishanji. And she was like, no, but this is not how it works. We will put you in the class where we will have a space. And I was like, excuse me, no. Or I am getting the classes for which I came here with the person with whom I would like to study, or I'm not wasting the 5 years here, 5,500 kilometers away from my family and friends, just because you had a mood. You cannot tell me that you cannot squeeze me one person extra for a class with him. See, that time I did not know how Indian students supposed to behave. That time I was very blank.
And may I know who was the director then?
No.
Yeah, please.
Oh.
I know most of the directors. Sharbani
Very
ji.
good. I'm very happy.
Sharbani ji.
Chetna ji.
Oh, Chetna ji. Oh my God. You had the audacity to tell her that?
See, at the end, lovely person. We had a theory classes with her, super knowledge. Like, I cannot say anything about.
Yeah, but you did
wrong.
what no Indian student would ever dare to do,
But
or
I did
any
not
Indian
even,
artist
but
would
see,
dare to do.
I did not even know. I did not knew that time that it's not okay to say something like that. Yeah.
And that to Chetna ji, no, and
But
nobody else.
that was just the beginning. That was a time when the first year started, and of course Jai Kishanji started to evaluate everything what I know about Kathak, even though the knowledge came from his sister. And and Jai Kishanji was like, you do it well, but I could just improve this and that. And do remember that it was still a time of my transition to the Indian student and the idea of Indian student, which was not easy. And do believe me, like even like thinking about it right now, I'm still getting those shivers and the goosebumps, because I do remember which type of very mixed emotions and like everything sometimes was just boiling inside. And there was a time when I could not hold. There was a time when I did not allowed myself to keep the head down. And I was just running, and I was removing my gungurus, just throwing them, in a corner and out. It was tough. It was tough for good few months, that was continuously a kushti between me and Guruji. Continuously. Finally, somehow I reached that level where I knew already what's okay, what's not okay, and that just there is a moment just to shut up, because that person who sits in front of you never thinks wrong. That whatever his comments are or whatever his actions towards you are, they are not to, like to make you not better artist. So yeah, it reached. See, the problem is that Europe and the way how we are trained, the way how the
Yes.
information by the teachers are being passed on to students is completely different. We don't have an idea of Guru Shishya Parampara, and that the student's supposed to surrender completely to anything what Guruji is saying. But like I was continuously questioning. I was not very easy in accepting sometimes, like being lashed without like pointing what's the reason. Like, do tell me, like, what is wrong? Just don't shout, just that you are shouting, but just give me the point. At least I'll say mea culpa, I did wrong, fine, I deserved it. Of course, I'm not saying that he was continuously shouting on me. Let's not go that way. But yeah, I do remember like me leaving the class, and you remember Kathak Kendra and the hall, this huge hall in Kathak Kendra having this double
Yes.
door. So
Yes.
yeah, once there was the action that I left and I shut the door so strongly, I literally felt that the shisha fell off that door. And then I just heard him behind my back when he was shouting at the people, at the other students and saying, "ये देखा क्या कर रही है? Classical dance का student है."
I
But
can imagine. I can
but yes,
imagine.
later on, I came to him and I said, really sorry, because very slowly, it reached me that it's not always about you and about your emotions and about your feelings. And this is how sometimes we are being groomed in Poland, not only in Poland, Western culture.
Yes. That's what. That surrender to a master is a very difficult thing. Even for the Indian students, I think it's a very difficult thing to surrender to the guru and to understand that whatever the guru is doing for your good. But
Hmm.
also to know what is really right for you and very logical for you, because you have to have a very strong head on your shoulders. It's not always so easy,
Hmm.
but definitely coming from Poland, it's really difficult to fit into this kind of culture of Guru Shishya Parampara.
And like maybe it would be easier, maybe it would be better for me if I would be like slightly different person, just from the idea of my beliefs. Like one thing what I saw here in our small, not small anymore, I think that this art dancer society is growing from year to year, so it's not small anymore.
Fraternity, yeah.
But there is so much buttering on the right and left, so much, and I'm completely, like, we don't have it, we literally don't have it. And I don't accept it when somebody is trying to do something like it in front of me. Oh, please, it will not work, it will not give you anything. I don't need this, students who will sit around me and, oh, Artur ji, and please.
I am just loving this conversation. I
like
am
like
just
yeah, see,
loving
there,
this
there are
conversation.
there are things about which definitely we're
Arthur
supposed to
is
talk
killing it.
openly. Yeah.
You are killing it, man. You are killing it.
But
You are saying it.
see, sometimes 20 people will think about it, 20 people will have the same opinion, but nobody will say it. Why you should not say it? Say it openly as it is.
Then you become one like me, no? Oops.
Oh,
You
see,
said it.
I don't think that at the end is like becoming like you, oops, or not becoming like you. I'm me, and this is what I think. It's me completely, and I
Arthur
don't.
is speaking today. I'm liking it.
Sangeeta, I'm so happy that you are happy.
Yeah. Because let me tell the audience that Arthur and I have never spoken earlier at such a length. I think we've barely said hi, hello, and sometimes maybe he has seen me and walked away the other side. It could be possible that way also. But that
No,
happened.
felt it.
Yeah, हुआ कैसा आतुर?
You tell me what did you do that day that I went on the opposite side?
I'll tell you after the show
अच्छा कोई नहीं.
who
हाँ.
was there. And he just turned and went the other side.
Hmm.
But yeah, but I must tell you, I like this side of you. I really like this side of you, that you're very straight and you're very you are, you pointed very correctly. Over here also, I am happy, and I'm very happy that people are not diplomatic on my show, and they speak from their heart. And I think you're just doing that. You're just saying what is right and what is wrong, because buttering doesn't take you anywhere. You have to work hard to reach a certain level of professionalism, a certain level of understanding of the art.
Hmm. See,
So
like I do know, like, even having the example of my classes, uh, there were, I don't know right now about the juniors in Kathak Kendra because
it's the same situation.
no, probably I don't think that much is changing here, from a year
Yeah,
to year.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But there are the students who will just, almost hang them on the guru's neck, and it's just even so painful to look at, like
Oops!
Guruji, Guruji, Guruji ho, and I'm not talking only about my guru. There are four different gurus in Kathak Kendra, and you can
Oops!
see it everywhere.
Oops! Oops! Oops!
हाँ,
Oops!
क्या
Oops!
ये कुछ उप्स की बात नहीं है. So
ऊप्स की बात ये है कि तुम ये बात कह रहे हो, बहुत लोग ये बात कहने में झिझकते हैं, डरते हैं, और जो मैं कहती हूँ कि बहुत हमने सोचा था हम इसके बारे में बात नहीं करेंगे, पर
hmm,
मैं आई डिड अ लाइव एंड आई हैड अ लिटिल फ्रिक्शन विद वन ऑफ माय स्टूडेंट हु इज इन यूएस, तमन्ना, एंड तमन्ना शुड बी, बिकॉज आई वाज टेलिंग कि आप मी टू तो करते हो, बट आई हैव सीन मैनी मैनी स्टूडेंट्स, lying on the feet of the guru, buttering them up, and it is
hmm,
ताली दोनों हाथ से बजती है.
hmm,
ताली दोनों हाथ से बजती. It's never one way, and I'm not worshipping the person who is the master or who's the legend or whatever it is. You have to know what your limits and what your values are. Simple as anything. The buttering doesn't work. वो जो आपने गले पड़ने की बात कही है ना, वो सही कही है आपने.
but see, it happens. Everybody can see it. Like if somebody later on decides that it did not happen, well, like hello, happened. But of course, like, I don't want to go in all the hashtag
Yeah.
whatever is very trendy these days. I just said about the buttering from my perspective and from my very strong belief in this, that I don't accept it and I don't do that. So if somebody is expecting me to do that just for a purpose of getting, like better opinion or program or opportunity, no, I don't need it. I don't need it.
Yeah.
And definitely I'll be not running after somebody and just saying, oh, performance itna acha tha, or this and that, If I don't like it, why would I say it? It's better to keep quiet and
Yeah.
just talk nonsense.
Or just walk out of the auditorium. You don't have to face the others.
Yeah, but through the back door. At least the person will not see you leaving openly.
But tell me, okay, going to the little lighter part of the show, tell me, how are the spices treating you in India? The
Spices.
haldi, the haldi, the mirchi, the hari
See my
mirchi.
skin, it's just amazing.
How did
Uh,
you manage the food? Because
I love
food
it. I
is very
love it.
different.
My favorite food is chole bhature. Continuously. I could eat, of course, it's so heavy. Then late on, at least for good 1 hour, I need to take a nap. But I do remember even a year or two, I went to Mandi House. There is the Bengali sweet corner. And in my opinion, they have a better chole bhature than Sitaram.
Mhm.
So I asked for a plate of chole bhature, and this person is bringing me chole bhature without hari mirch. I was like, hello, ek hari
Hello.
mirch to de dijiye. लेकिन आप तो foreigner हूँ. I was like, so what's the problem in it? Yeah. So sometimes even I can surprise my Indian friends here.
Yeah. So, do you think that you were in love with Indian food when you landed here, or you got used to it? Can you cook something in Indian?
I
In
can cook
Indian?
a bit, because I still do strongly believe that it's better to go to my friend's mother uh, for proper Indian food. Of course, the beginning was different. I do remember my first lunch at Maharaji's house after classes. And I was continuously complaining, like, this is too spicy, this is too sweet, this is too salty, because that was the time when I was just learning. It was 2008, so that was a time when I was learning about all of it. But later on, I got a taste for it. I even do remember when the family was laughing at me, like, Artur, you will always complain, you'll be never satisfied with whatever.
And Sangeeta says, and it's not just about dancers, students. Buttering is done by people attached with aligned fields. Yeah, in fact, I was telling my students that is why are we just pointing out at classical fields? It is there in Bollywood, it's there in academics, it's there in political scenario. Everywhere it is the same scenario. So why point out finger just because? It's here right now, so we will move away. Okay, Arthur, tell me, because we are in India, and how difficult or easy you think that it is to take dance as a professional career. You have a dance as a professional career, just one career, or you are supported by another career also?
Yeah, dance is not my main income.
Okay, smart.
First of all, even being like, I was always thinking that I do well, that I dance pretty well, but I cannot see it, happening. I'm not a person who will just have my social media full of the pictures and the videos, like me with the cup, me with the gunguru, I don't do that. I don't think that this is the way how to promote. Like, I always believe that the art's supposed to promote itself, and it will always, protect and put you up. So if you do good performance, it will definitely reach those people who's supposed to reach. But yeah, these days everything is happening with the Instagram and Facebook, and as much you are posting, even if it's nonsense, it still goes, and I can see it. Of course, I do have so many friends there, but it's irritating. And coming back to your topic, it's very difficult because, again, we should come back to the buttering topic. You don't do that, you don't earn. You can have your few students, definitely, but then at the end, you need to work hard to be nice to everybody, even if you think that they are just completely nonsense. And yeah, that's this. So
No, but
if you know how
what
to
is?
play in the field,
Yeah.
like to balance on the very stormy sea, then yeah, you can achieve your targets.
But tell me, what is your second profession? Like you said, that dance is not your profession, which you're financially dependent upon. So, what
Yeah.
is the other smart profession that you have by your side?
Uh, See, I have a company right now in India. So I do have a few clients based mostly on the import and export. So I do have my classes. I have my performances very rarely, mostly classes happening. But yeah, like if I should earn on it, especially online, where the amount of money which you can charge for online classes cannot be as equal as a offline class, um, then you would need to have plenty students to support yourself. And I do not believe in having 50 students in the one session, because how will I even control it? How will I see who is doing what? How will I correct them? My role is supposed to be to make, not perfect, but at least in some way aesthetically beautiful. And
Right.
if I have 50 of them, those small screens on the laptop, on the monitor, then not possible. So of course we are going into just only huge factory of earning money, because at the end you don't bother about the quality of your work. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
pesa does not smell, no? It does not sting.
No,
So
paisa is important, but not is important, but it
Abhimanyu,
is not like.
good very evening.
Yeah, Abhimanyu. Hi, Abhimanyu. Lovely conversation. Just loving it. And namaste to both of you. Yeah, hello, Abhimanyu. What are you doing tomorrow? Okay, so no, I love money. Wait, he's a
Yeah.
friend, yaar. He's my you can see my Kathak Kendra yaar from dost from 1990s.
अरे बिल्कुल ठीक है, ज्यादा
हाँ
जेलसी
हाँ
नहीं है,
हाँ
इट्स ओके.
हाँ है ना हाँ, ठीक है क्या बोला क्या क्या बोले आप
I'm not very jealous person mostly.
oh good um um oh God, I forgot okay I don't think that money is the most important thing but it is you just need to have a good life so it is important in life otherwise because what I have gone through as an Indian student when I was learning my schools did
Hmm.
not support artists they thought that being artist was insane
Hmm.
what life will you have artists don't have a life so I had to make a point that yeah I make a good life of myself so that I can give an answer back so somewhere even money is important over there but how do you think that you survived the pandemic in India were you in India or did you
I was
well,
here. I was here. I do remember the time when Sabjiwala in the area where I was staying during the first lockdown, it was Mayurvia. He was dropping me call from Monday at 5 in the morning. I was like, Bhaiya, aaj karela nahi hai. So yes, thank God I could get a bit more, cauliflower and some broccolis, and I was making those packets for the freezer. So it was difficult. It was difficult, especially that it was the first time when I could not go for the regular classes with my students. And switching to all that idea of online was, first of all, super irritating for me. It's not that I'm, somehow not skillful enough to manage all the online process, like a camera, laptop. But of course, it's different if you are there in front of them and you can correct them directly. Uh, this is, I think, a moment when I understand what is all this mohol about. The class ke mohol and this what the teacher feels. And yeah, I agree. I do
वही
agree.
बात हम कर रहे हैं ना अभिमन्यु सबने
Hmm.
सब कुछ देखा हुआ है यहाँ पे ऐसा कुछ छुपा हुआ नहीं इस दुनिया में अगर हम सिर्फ कथक केंद्र की बात नहीं कर रहे हैं अगर हम पूरी दुनिया को ही देखें तो हर कुछ आंखों के सामने होता है कुछ बोलते हैं कुछ नहीं बोलते और कुछ उप्स
Hmm.
कर जाते हैं ओके
So, wait, where have we been?
your online classes and
Okay. So, yeah, the online classes, initially, few students, of course, left because it's very difficult for students as well. Sometimes for me, continuously repeating and repeating, and the students sometimes like, oh, yeah, I've been making, abhi kuch mera tuition hai. I was like, it's just 2 hours a week. Like, you don't tell me that you need to study because it's your 10th or 12th exams and you cannot give me 2 hours a week. Like, those excuses sometimes for me are just completely ridiculous, because you will just sit and watch this Ekta Kapoor drama in a TV with your mommy or papa. So
Yes.
if you have time for that nonsense, or for chillaxing with your friends at MACD, you cannot tell me that you will not have 1 hour to just wear the gungurus. I'm even not asking you to practice later on. I'm not after you for that, because of course we have online classes. The profile is slightly different, but नहीं भैया अभी नहीं अभी नहीं तो ठीक है नमस्ते आप जाइए और
But tell me, how do you see Kathak in Poland now? Now you've been 10 years in India, almost or more.
hmm,
So,
10
the
years
down
continuously. Yeah.
continuously. So now, when you see Kathak back in Poland, what is the change that you see now?
First of all, the biggest change is that Katak slowly started being alive in Poland with the great support of Magdalena Nierzi, the student of JKSNG. She is right now in Warsaw. She's doing very well. I can see her performances, her workshops, and the classes with her students in Warsaw. Plus, she created a small group. There is a group of few artists. One of them is Michael. Michael, some time back, was even in India for, I don't remember. I don't remember the name of that content on that contest, but it was something connected to Indian vocal singing, and he ended up pretty well there, like pretty high. So, oh, Mera Dil Hai Hindustani or something like that. I think that
Okay,
was
okay,
the name of the show.
okay,
So right now, along with Michael, Magda, and two more people, one tabla player and violinist, they are making a Natya Raga project and
okay.
promoting the Indian culture, Indian classical dance in Poland as well. So really heads off, beautiful initiative. So at least Kathak slowly is being recognized, and people know a little bit more than Shah Rukh Khan and Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge, because that
Yes,
once
yes.
upon a time, that was all what people knew in Poland about India, and that everybody is
Yeah.
happy and rich and only spices and smell of cardamom in full Delhi, and then they are reaching Delhi and it's like, where's the cardamom?
No, I'm also very grateful to Poland and Romana because I've been teaching Kathak at her festival for last 13 years. So
Deepak
they
ji
know
is
the
with us.
entire. Deepak Maharaj is here. Hello,
Very
Alaknandana.
evening.
Good to see you both. Good to see you here.
Good,
तुम्हारी
good.
फोटो क्यों नहीं आपकी फोटो क्यों नहीं है यहाँ पे दीपक
Hey,
प्लीज अपनी फोटो लगाइए नो ही his this Facebook doesn't have a picture. I want to see a picture of his. So at Krakow, I think a lot of people know a lot of bhajan and stutis and Krishna
Hmm.
Vandanas because I've been teaching there for last 13 years. At least those 7 days that I get with all my dancers, and they stay back. They don't go for a vacation. Alaknanda, are you coming? I said, oh yeah, I'm coming. So then they go. So I have one piece of my heart stays in Krakow, Poland,
Yeah,
and
beautiful.
I love it. Namaste, Shuchishmita. Namaste to both of you. What are the measures and techniques to be followed beyond just being in front of the device and training our students physically to improve the online teaching so that they are more benefited? I would like my guest to answer that first, and then I'll add on if he misses on something.
Mm, See, first of all, I would definitely, like, I don't know, Suchismita, hi. I don't know what's the number of students with whom you have a classes. For me, ideal, one, two is the ideal what I can do, and then I am the most efficient as a person who is passing the information, because I do have this 1 good hour, even if it's an online platform. So, the students can do one after another, and each tukra takes a bit, along with the padant and corrections. So, definitely cut on the number of students. That's the one thing. Of course, later on, it will cost you extra time and extra classes to take if you want to balance all that income. Um, but Definitely. When I'm taking classes 101 or 2-on-1, this is how I do that. And second of all, just go to Vilambit. Just go to Vilambit. Just try to stretch that composition as much as it's possible down. Because with the internet, like those fluctuations on the cables, it's just impossible to see properly. It's just breaking in between, and then you are in the middle of the composition and the student is already reaching some, and then it's like, wait.
Yes.
Where is the half of the bandage? So definitely that. I tried few times recording the classes. Like I was when presenting the composition, I tried to make the short recording so at least it will be clear. I was trying to zoom, like on the parts which are important for me. So you will need to see how it works.
Yeah, I would just add on with this because I do work with a larger number of students, but also a team of dance teachers with me who are professionally trained. So we have not just two eyes on them. I almost have six eyes on them, and we see that we work in sync
Mm.
and harmony. And also that the best thing is to go physically to the class. That's best. This online thing is just for the time being when we are not able to meet.
Mm.
बट गुरु के पास जाना सबसे अच्छी बात है क्योंकि वहीं से आपको सीधी शिक्षा मिलती है और आपको ज्ञान मिलता है. The second thing that I do is to record that composition bit by bit, like Artur said, in small pieces, and send it to the students so that they can see and practice and come back to the class. This is just a temporary phase, but yes, because now online classes are also going abroad, like Artur must be doing in Poland,
Mm.
and you are doing it in Japan also, and I'm also doing it in US and Canada. So the students who come to us who have learned a little bit earlier, so it becomes a little bit more easy for us to teach them. And secondly, to have conversations on dance and dance ethics and the stories behind what composition you are teaching and the expression and the bhava, just not to dance physically, but to dance mentally, emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually. That needs to be inculcated.
Mm.
Dance is just not a physical activity, but it is all of that: mental, emotional, psychological, and spiritual. That's what I think.
बिल्कुल सही है.
Yeah, and she says, "Hi, sir. I'm teaching Bharatanatyam in small batches, and of course, it increases our work and triple. Absolutely, it's not easy to teach such a beautiful art form in this medium, but yes, still something is good than nothing."
True that, but just imagine if you are even working in the small batches, and of course it will increase the number of hours. Then just only imagine how it will increase your satisfaction when you will see that your students are doing exactly this as you would wish them to do. Yeah,
So keep
it's
on
worth it.
working. Yeah, I don't think you should be optimistic in life. So instead of sitting down for 2 years, it is good that we all have been working and through online and keeping our children engaged, because this was the most difficult time for the children,
Mm.
where the whole world was shut down on them. So I think this was the best thing that we could do for them,
Mm.
is to make them dance and to sing and to teach art, because everything came onto this box. So little change for them is good. So keep on doing a good job. Okay, ये तो बहुत serious हो गया. Whom are you taking tomorrow for a Valentine's date? This is a Valentine's week, so and I got such a nice hunk on my show. So, what's your Valentine's plan, my dear?
My Valentine plan is to catch the Spice Jetka flight to Jaisalmer at 1:30 p.m. Anybody coming with the
Wow.
flowers?
Anybody, you are taking flowers too?
There is a very dear friend of mine coming from Poland tomorrow early in the morning for
Wow.
3 weeks. So, and it's her first trip to India. So I promise her that I will show the best parts and I will make it memorable. So probably soon she will be back again. Like she is planning that was planning that trip for last 9 years. So you can imagine. After
Oh,
9 years, finally she's landing, and even 2 3 days before she got the slip disc, dropped me a
oh.
call that I supposed to already leave, but I'm not leaving because that issue. So yeah, even that all traveling
So
was a
you
bit.
already have a Valentine's date.
किसके साथ?
मतलब दोस्त के साथ?
हाँ, कॉफी के लिए तो ठीक है।
हाँ, तो प्यार है, दोस्त से भी प्यार
हाँ,
होता है।
प्यार तो प्यार है।
मतलब
हाँ।
जबरदस्ती का I am going for a Valentine's lunch with my disciple.
Oh, sweet Lord.
Yes. So, and we both have decided that we are going to wear red.
Okay. I do remember from the interview with Abhimanyu when you asked him whom would he take to Mauritius.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm taking my friend to Jaisalmer, and there
So
is like
lovely.
desert
He
festival
didn't
for two
answer,
three
you
days.
gave me the answer.
Once again, what? I did not hear.
He didn't have an answer, you gave me the answer.
I'm not traveling to Mauritius.
You never know, never say no. Never,
Let's
never
start with
say no.
Jaisalmer first.
I would love to go to Maldives. That's a beautiful place. I've been there for the 50th India's independence through ICCR. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's
Mm.
gorgeous.
Yeah, and first
So,
I would need to save plenty of money to go to Maldives. Seriously, pretty
no,
expensive.
Mauritius is expensive than Maldives.
That's why I'm in Delhi traveling by Spice Jet to Jaisalmer.
And I'm traveling nowhere, but I'm going to Radisson Blue tomorrow with my dear student.
Sweet.
Okay, so let me. When is your birthday, Arthur?
21st May. Oh, still plenty of
21st
time.
May. You are a Taurian.
Like mix. Like for few calendars, that's a pretty interesting thing. In few calendars, I'm still Taurian. Few calendars, I'm already Gemini.
Oh,
And I got to know from the member from a neighbor of mine that based on the Chinese calendar, I'm Snake.
based
So
on the Indian calendar, I'm a Scorpio. Otherwise, I'm a
okay.
Leo.
So
Alanus.
based on the Indian calendar, I supposed to be
A
Taurian.
moon, by the moon side. Sun sign
It's
is
not even me good.
Leo, and by the moon, this thing, I'm a
Hmm.
Scorpio. Okay, time. No, no, it's from the back. This would be the snake. Okay, you're the snake. Okay, I got you. Okay, now with the rapid fire. Are you ready? What's your favorite color?
No. My favorite blue.
What's your favorite cuisine?
Chole Bhature.
What's your favorite poison? Your drink.
Oh, drink. I'm Polish. Vodka. Simple.
Okay. What's your favorite outfit?
Um, favorite outfit suit. Well tailored suit.
Also, the photo that you had on
Oh, the
your
hung. Yeah, the black glasses. Yeah, the
where
muffler.
you called yourself a mafia, and I said, "No, it's a nice hunk." Okay. What do you first check out in a woman?
Smile.
What attracts you in a woman?
Brain.
Where would you take your date to?
Bitum.
Oh, that's lovely. Okay. What is your favorite destination for vacation?
For vacation, my parents' house in the mountains in Poland.
In Poland for
Mm.
vacation.
For
But
vacation.
if I
Lovely,
don't,
lovely
that is an
hidden.
option not allowed, then where?
Oh, in that case, I would say my friend's place in Goa.
Okay. But I was thinking internationally.
Acha, international. You see, I'm not very international traveler. Like I've been in few countries in Poland, in Europe, and otherwise later on I just immediately jumped to India for scholarship. So
Okay.
still
So,
much more to discover.
come again? Yet
Still
to
much more
discover.
to discover. Yeah.
Yet to discover. So, what is your favorite song if in the Hindi movies? Because I hear you speak a lot in Hindi. So, what's your favorite song?
There is this song. Oh my God, I don't know if I remember the title well. It was sang by Lata ji. I think she was the one who started the song. Aapki nazaron mein samjha, something like that.
आपकी नजरों ने समझा प्यार के काबिल मुझे
I don't remember the lyrics
दिल
properly, but
की
I love the
ये
song.
धड़कन
Very soothing.
ठहर जा मिल गई मंजिल
Huh?
मुझे आपकी क्या बात है नाइस एंड
Yeah.
अबाउट अ मेल सिंगर
Male singer as a song, or you are just asking about a male singer?
मे बी अ सॉन्ग एंड द सिंगर
No. Sonu Nigam, I really like his voice.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah, bingo!
yeah. Many songs which
Oh,
he sang, I really like. So it's very difficult to say
I'll
right
tell
now.
Sonu that my Polish guest loves his song.
Please, I'll be very happy.
Yeah, I will send this clip to him. He said Sonu Nigam.
Sure.
So any song from him?
Uh, there was this one song in the new version of Agnipat which he sang. Abhi mujhe mein-" As well,
Rahi
lyrics, I'm just horrible.
badi baki. Huh,
Yeah, that one.
that's a lovely, it's a very emotional and touching song. How would you like a woman to woo you? Oops.
Next.
Or should I say, how would you like your friend to woo you? Okay, next. Who's your idol and what is your dream for life?
My idol of my parents completely. You know, the way how they've been supportive, still are supportive, and the most important thing what my parents said, Beta, never mind if like where are you? Do remember that there is always a place. There is always a place you can 100% feel safe, and never mind what will happen. It's 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. If something's happening there in India and there is a huge time difference right now, 4.5 hours, drop a call immediately. Don't hesitate. If you need a money for a ticket back because you don't have a money for a ticket, Papa will send you. I was like, oh, thank you. It's nice. It's nice to have that at the back of your hand, that
Yes.
you are still, they're welcome, even if in the beginning they did not like the decision.
Lovely. It's amazing. And a dream you think you want to fulfill and you yet to uh, finish it or mission accomplished?
See, I'm not a person who will go very far in the future, because you never know.
You never
I
know.
I had a friends, I had a family members who were completely fine, and just next day morning they simply did not wake up. So I don't make those plans because I don't want to regret anything later on. But for me, always when I started Kathak, all the journey of mine, it was to first of all, spread that little bit more and make people more aware about it. But I was always thinking about Kathak, the art, the language of dance, to be involved in different cultures. Like for example, using the classical European music or even the Polish poems. I was always thinking about this mind trick for Indian audience. When Indian artists are coming, when they are coming to Poland for the performances, there is always this idea of the abhinaya and the vachik. So somebody is sitting and singing. Mostly they are singing in Hindi, Sanskrit, and Polish audience, they don't understand. It's not their language. So first you need to explain them what will you do in next 5 minutes, and then this vocalist who sits with you, he sings your stuff. So then I was thinking, let's do it ulta, let's sing in Polish, let's do think about Poland, some universal topic, and let's put all of it with the Kathak as a medium. I don't mind even using the tabla, sitar, sarangi, harmonium, but let's just make it, opposite. Let's make right now the Indian audience in Kamani Auditorium to get that glimpse for 5 minutes, quick explanation, what will happen during the performance, and then make the trick. Let's see if you can find it, if you can feel it, because at the end, it's dancers, responsibility to create that idea of rasa and a connection, the catharsis between me and him who sits in the second, third row. So that's the idea, and I think that this is the mission which I still need to get. I'm close. But it will still take extra rehearsals. Plus, of course, the idea of the theaters being still closed, the stages not being accessible to the artists, and I don't want to do it online. I said
Yeah.
that no, not online, because it does not give you the same vibe. Very important for me is to feel audience, to feel their reaction. Of course, I hate performing for people who are quiet. Nobody will clap. No, nobody will do boo. Like, at least react in some way. Even if you don't like it, just throw that potato or tomato, whatever you want to throw, but just give me something. Performing for the mummies, it's not very interesting, not very sophisticated. Yeah.
But I think in India, the audience is very reactive. They react very
It
fast.
depends. It depends. I performed in Patna. I do remember it was like before COVID, maybe half a year before COVID. Oh my God, everybody was sitting just like silence. I was finishing the Tihai, silence. I was finishing Tukra, silence. Okay,
We
am I
still
really
need to.
so bad?
No, 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 no. It is not about you being bad. You're very good. It is very important. I think India still needs to educate the audience about classical culture. Somewhere, we have a very high air about ourselves, and we don't try to go and touch the common man. So it is very,
Hmm.
very important. I'm sorry, taking all the compliments, looking very pretty, Alaknanda Didi. Thank you, Kantika. यार
It's
कल
well
गाने का
deserved. Like, why you should say sorry about it?
so I'm running the compliments which are coming by. Sorry, I don't do that usually, but yes, today I'm taking them. Thank you. So I still feel that the India we still have, as an artist, we have the responsibility to educate the common man about the classical culture, which is so beautiful.
But
So
do explain me one thing. I don't think that this is even an idea of educating. It's about re-educating. Because
yeah,
there
yeah,
was the old generation of audience. Let's call it the old generation, because right now we have a generation of yo-yo honey thing. And
yeah.
no doubt it's just crazily bad. But uh, people these days are coming for 20 minutes, 15 minutes for the performance, and they need to run because cooking is waiting. I heard the stories about the performances when artists, the dancers, the musicians were coming on the stage for good 2, 3 hours and performing, and it was never ending.
I've seen performances whole night. Maharaji and Girija Devi, that too in a cold, winters. I think because at that point of time, my parents used to take us for every weekend for
Hmm.
some or the other classical show. Either it's
Hmm.
Maharaji, or it is Hari Prasad Chaurasia, or it is PC Sarka, or it is Girja Devi, or it is
Hmm.
Zakir Hussain. Now the whole thing of idea of coming into an idiot box, first the television and now the
True.
laptop and now the
True.
smartphones has I think made it quite a dumb society.
Hmm.
So you're very correct, we need to re-educate our audiences, our citizens, about our culture, and I think then only we will be able to justify our art.
See, even the idea of the audience who comes for the 15, 20 minutes, it's perfectly fine. I can understand. They don't have time. They are maybe at the end of the day not very involved and interested in all of that. Fine, it's okay. But at least the dancers' slot these days is not much longer. It takes
Yeah,
25 minutes, half an hour. How much time dancers are getting these days from the organizers? Barely. And sometimes
absolutely.
even this organizer is standing at the back, like jaldi, jaldi, finish.
No,
So
Atu,
if you
but I
are
have
supposed to,
also seen artists, but I've
Hmm,
also seen artists eating up other artists' time. उनको शायद आधा घंटा मिला है, but
hmm,
then they'll be dancing, they'll be playing for around 45 minutes, 50 minutes,
hmm,
stepping into the other artist time. Somewhere, the etiquettes
hmm.
as a performer should be maintained. I agree. The organizer does that. Even the artist doesn't respect another artist's time and time slot to perform.
See, here it's people's just simple selfishness, ego, and just the moment that they can shine on the stage. I do
Yes.
agree that, like being from the same field, we're supposed to support each other and respect each other. So if we are performing at the same day, everybody's supposed to be equal, and it does not matter if
Yes.
you're technically better or not better.
Yes. At
But
least.
coming back to that audience, at least they can sit throughout one slot. So if the artist
Yes.
is performing for 20 minutes, please do sit till the end of the performance. Like, don't get up in between when he's just
Yes.
finishing in the moment, because it's just rude. It's not very polite.
Absolutely.
And if there is anybody from the audience, please mobile off.
नहीं तो मोबाइल ऑफ नहीं तो मोबाइल साइलेंट तो जरूर होना चाहिए.
Yes, just
साइलेंट तो जरूर होना
guys.
चाहिए. That is lovely, Atu. Lovely speaking to you. And I think we can speak a lot more because there's a lot more we expect from the society, and we want to also give back to the society. And that's where I think it's good that we met at Oops. Otherwise, to hum nahi milte.
Mm.
So it's good that we met on Oops and we talked about the things which are relevant to the society and relevant to us as artists also. But we need to do a second session because I have had a nice talk with you before our show, and I
Mm.
think we need to capture a lot more with you on our oops and on with the generation which is there, and a lot of taboo things which our society thinks is not to be talked about and to be zipped about. And in oops, we should open and talk about it. Maybe we can make a little change in the society for betterment.
Let's hope so. At least we can try.
At least we can try. Thank you so much, Arthur. Anything that you
My
would like
pleasure.
to say by the end of the show?
By the end of the show, first of all, thank you for inviting me. It was lovely to have a chat. As I said in the beginning that I was petrified, I still think that for a next good, it's right now 1 hour, 22 minutes. I think that we could double it because I
Mhm.
just got into the flow
Warmed up.
and yeah, and there are like good, 10, 12 topics which we could still go on with.
Yes.
So I'm waiting for a next
Yes.
call or a message on WhatsApp from you.
Sure, sure.
And first of all, do enjoy your lunch brunch with your student and with Sangeeta. I think that Sangeeta will be visiting you soon and you will be spending a lovely time. So once again, happy Valentine's to you and to everybody who are right now with us. See you
And a
soon.
very happy Valentine's to you. And I hope you have a very wonderful trip and a safe trip. And I'm sure somebody's a very nice Arthur Gauri, you were here. Oh my. Mwah, mwah, mwah. बहुत सारा प्यार तेरे को, तेरा प्यार तेरा प्यार तेरा प्यार 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 गाड़ी दिवाकर. फिर बोलेंगे हेलो और तू मतलब चल छोड़ दे भैया, 1.5 घंटे बाद आ रही है. 1.5 घंटे हम लोगों ने बात की है, पता है. एक
Definitely.
घंटा 23 मिनट हो गया.
Definitely, Guri just right now wrote that very nice Artur Przybylski, but she did not even hear 2 minutes of that. She will go
No, no,
tomorrow
no.
with the morning chai, I'm telling you.
And no. She will see it. She sees all the shows and she will see the whole thing tonight. And then she'll message me also. We have again. I said, "Na, I love women, but I'm not a lesbian." So with her also, I have that kind of a love life with
Nobody
her.
is judging. Love for everybody.
मोहब्बत है मोहब्बत है मोहब्बत है, मुझे भी तुमसे मोहब्बत है गौरी दिवाकर.
मेरे को थोड़ा सा दे दीजिए, please.
खुलेआम मैं बोलती हूँ, मुझे इश्क है तुमसे गाली दिवाकर, संगीता also, इश्क है तुम दोनों से. I love you so much, girls, and loved it. Arthur, I think yes, we need to have a second day with Oops, because we need to speak, we need to talk, we need to talk openly, because we definitely want to make a change in the society. And that was lovely. What would you like to sing for me at the end of the show?
Sing. Me.
Please,
I'm not as
please.
talented as Abhimanyu, who played recently even at drums. So no. Maybe something in Polish.
Yeah, please. I would love that. You just took away
Yeah.
my heart.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
There is a one very nice song in Polish called "Nie opuszczaj mnie," means "Don't leave me alone." And because right now the Valentine's Day are just they're coming, it should be nobody's seen for at least tomorrow. So, I feel still stupid.
Go ahead.
Nie opuszczaj mnie, każda moja łza szepcze, że co złe się zapomnieć da. Zapomnijmy ten utracony czas, co oddalał nas, co zabijał nas. I pytania złe i zaklęte jak, dlaczego, jak, zapomnijmy je. Nie opuszczaj mnie, nie opuszczaj mnie, nie opuszczaj mnie, but
Oh,
should I translate it quickly?
yeah, you can. You may, please.
Or I should leave it as a homework.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Now, let's
Bolo.
do it quickly. Nie opuszczaj mnie. Okay. Don't leave me alone, because all the tear which is falling down my cheek is making me remember about those bad moments about which I still can't forget. Like I can let it go. Let's forget the time which we lost. Yeah, I'm just doing it line by line for you. Mostly I don't do that. Don't lie. कोई नहीं है दीदी, कोई नहीं है सच में.
ऐसे सबको दीदी बुलाएगा तो होगा कैसे? Anyways, ये है
कैसे
गौरी का हस्बैंड रजत. हाँ जी बोल. रिस्क है तो इश्क है. हाँ रिस्क मैं गौरी के साथ ले सकती हूँ. हाँ आतुर, गो योर लाइन बाय लाइन.
Yeah, fine. Beautiful song. I think that the translation was almost over. Yeah.
Okay, you can WhatsApp me that.
Cool.
Send me the link. So आज का जो टाइम था हमारा था आतुर के साथ, and what I can say that he's very honest and very clear about his thoughts, and very straight, which you don't find these days, that people come and tell you that this is right and this is wrong or this is not accepted. And I think people like this make a little change in the society for better. And I hope all your dreams come true, Arthur, and whatever you look forward to, and you find your Valentine soon. As she says, don't lie. Gauri says, don't lie, and you have a very nice life ahead. But yes, this shall continue, and we will talk again. And definitely, I'm sure you're going to get some red roses tomorrow, for sure. Well, he's expecting some red roses. So if you think you want to send him,
I'm so, no, I'm so, please.
So if you want to send Arthur some red roses, you can ping me. I will give you his number and I will ask him his address, so I can ping you that also. Or I can ping you his number, and you can send him some red roses on the WhatsApp messages also. That would do. But I think he would really like some real red roses. So please, I'll send you his number. You can ping it to me, and you can take his address from him and chat with him on his WhatsApp. Yes, Arthur.
Lovely. In that way, I'm just turning on the airplane mode on my mobile.
You dare not. Don't break hearts. There'll be so many women out there wanting your number. Oh, come on.
See, whichever WhatsApp groups are having people dropping those messages, good morning, good night, with these cute babies and the flowers, I'm immediately exiting it.
No, they won't be coming from the groups. No, the girls will be directly sending you the messages. They won't be a part of the
I'm
group, I'm sure.
waiting. Just don't give up
Okay, wait.
anything,
Okay.
please.
Okay, that's
I have a
lovely.
full night
So
for replying.
come again?
I don't have a full night for replying. I need to sleep in between.
So he's waiting, so please don't make him wait so long. And ping me if you want his number. So see you next week again on Sunday 7 बजे किसी और आर्टिस्ट के साथ जिसकी भी कहानी कुछ बहुत खूबसूरत होगी with struggles and with some spices and definitely with a lot of red roses. So let's wait and see who is next. Oops, did I say that? Bye, Artur! Happy Valentine's
See you
Day!
soon.
See you soon!
See you soon. Once again, thank you so much for having me. It was a fun. I don't know why I was petrified in the beginning because you made it really, really pleasant.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
saying that at the end. People do say that, and I'm happy that all of you so lovingly accept the invitation and come out in the show so openly because it matters. It matters.
और ये आइडिया बिल्कुल बिना बातें रिंग है ना
See you soon, रजनी महाराज. हाँ, जल्दी से बुला ले भाई, तेरा स्विमिंग पूल देखना है. बाय बाय.
आ रहा है स्विमिंग पूल गुड लेट्स गो
है ना, इनका है ना स्विमिंग पूल है ना, so red wine and swimming pool. Wow,
cool
cool.
count
Let's
me
go,
in
Arthur.
sure take care bye bye good night
Bye.
everyone
Good
lovely
night,
to be here bye
everyone. Book
welcome
your roses fast.